Buckle up, coin enthusiasts, because we're diving into the wild, jaw-dropping tale of the 1991 D. Jefferson nickel, a seemingly ordinary 5-cent piece that's rumored to be worth an astonishing $155 million, making it one of the most legendary coins in American history, and trust me, this story is packed with twists, turns, and tantalizing mysteries that'll leave you scouring your pocket change for a hidden fortune. Let's set the stage. The Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, is a staple of U.S. currency, featuring the stoic profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president and founding father, on the obverse, and his grand Virginia estate, Monticello, on the reverse, designed by German-born artist Felix Schlag after he won a mint competition to replace the problematic Buffalo nickel, which was notoriously tough to strike cleanly due to its intricate design. The 1991 D. Jefferson nickel, struck at the Denver Mint, is part of this long-running series, with a D mint mark tucked neatly to the right of Monticello, and at first glance, it's just another nickel, composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams, measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter, with a plain edge, and a face value of 5 cents. But here's where things get spicy. Whispers in the numismatic world claim that a specific 1991 D nickel, or perhaps a small batch, possesses unique characteristics that catapult its value into the stratosphere, potentially fetching $155 million, a figure that sounds like it belongs in a Hollywood heist movie rather than a coin collector's binder. So, what's the deal? Why is this nickel supposedly worth more than a fleet of private jets? The buzz centers around rare minting errors or unique features, though the exact details are murky, shrouded in speculation and intrigue, with some suggesting it could be a one-of-a-kind error coin, like a double-die obverse where Jefferson's portrait or the date appears doubled, or perhaps a misstrike on a planchet intended for a different denomination, a mistake that's not unheard of in mint history. To understand the hype, let's step back and explore the Jefferson nickel's broader context. Introduced in 1938, it replaced the Buffalo nickel, which ran from 1913 to 1938 and was plagued by die breakage due to its high-relief design, prompting the mint to seek a fresh start. Felix Schlag's winning design was elegant yet practical, with Jefferson's left-facing profile based on a bust by Jean-Antoine Houdon, and Monticello's frontal view on the reverse, a change from Schlag's original three-quarter perspective that mint officials deemed too modern. The series saw tweaks over the years, most notably during World War II from 1942 to 1945, when nickel was scarce, and the mint produced war nickels, with a 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese alloy, identifiable by large mint marks above Monticello. By 1991, though, the Jefferson nickel was back to its standard copper-nickel composition, and the Denver Mint churned out over 927 million of them, making the 1991 D one of the most common dates in the series. Hardly the stuff of million-dollar dreams, right? Yet, the numismatic community thrives on rarities, and the $155 million valuation likely stems from a specific coin with an extraordinary error or provenance, perhaps tied to a unique die variety or an undocumented test strike. For comparison, other Jefferson nickels have fetched big bucks due to errors. A 1964 SMS, special mint set, nickel with full steps, where Monticello's steps are sharply defined, sold for $32,900, and a 1943 P-War nickel with a 3/2 date error can hit $400 in high grades. But $155 million. That's in a league with the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, one of 5 known examples that sold for over $3 million due to its mysterious, possibly illicit minting. Could the 1991 D be a modern equivalent, a coin struck in secret or with a catastrophic error that slipped through the mint's quality control? Some speculate it might involve a double denomination error, like a nickel struck over a quarter planchet, or a unique die clash that created a one-of-a-kind design, but without concrete evidence, these are educated guesses at best. The history of valuable nickels offers clues. During the 1960s, the mint faced coin shortages, leading to high mintages and, from 1965 to 1967, no mint marks to deter hoarding, but by 1991, mint marks were back, and production was routine. Still, errors happen. Take the 1942 D over horizontal D, where a mint mark was punched incorrectly, fetching up to $32,200 in pristine condition, or the 1953's Full Steps nickel, which sold for $24,000 due to its rarity and high grades. The 1991 D, with its massive mintage, would need an error so rare it's practically mythical to justify $155 million, possibly a unique specimen known only to a handful of collectors or dealers. Adding to the intrigue, stories of ultra-valuable coins often gain traction through viral tales, like the 1942's war nickel found in Pennsylvania valued at $9,000, or the 1950 D, a low-mintage key date that sparked a collecting frenzy in the 1950s, though its value today tops out at $800 in uncirculated condition. The $155 million claim for the 1991 D might be fueled by a similar story, perhaps amplified by a numismatic auction record or a private sale that's yet to be fully documented. Consider the 1939 Jefferson nickel with a doubled reverse, where Monticello and 5 cents show doubling, valued at up to $1,000, or the 2004 Speared Bison from the Westward Journey series, where a die gouge creates a spear-like mark, fetching premiums for its oddity. These examples show how errors drive value, but $155 million suggests something unprecedented, like a coin tied to a historical event or a mint scandal, though no records confirm such a narrative for 1991. The Denver Mint's output that year was massive, and no major errors are catalogued for the 1991 D, making the claim puzzling. Could it be a misattribution, a typo inflating a $155,000 valuation, or a speculative rumor gone wild? Numismatists know that condition is king, a full steps designation, where Monticello's 5 or 6 steps, post-1990, are crisp, can multiply a nickel's value tenfold, but even the finest 1991 D nickels graded MS67 by PCGS are worth under $5,000, a far cry from millions. Another angle might be a hollow nickel, like the 1948 Jefferson nickel used by a Soviet spy in 1953 to conceal a microphotograph, a historical artifact that's priceless but not market valued at $155 million. The coin market is volatile, driven by rarity, condition, and collector demand, and while Jefferson nickels are generally affordable, with semi-key dates like the 1938 D or 1938 S fetching $20 in MS65, the 1991 DS rumored value defies logic unless it's a singular anomaly. Could it be a prototype for a never-released design, a test strike on a precious metal planchet, or a coin with a pedigree tied to a famous collection? The lack of auction records or PCGS population reports for such a coin suggests it's either undiscovered or overhyped, yet the story persists, urging collectors to check their change for a 1991 D with unusual traits, like a doubled die, off-center strike, or metallic sheen hinting at an improper planchet. The Jefferson nickel series, still minted today with Jamie Frankie's forward-facing Jefferson portrait since 2006, remains a collector's playground, with war nickels, 1942 to 1945, prized for their silver content and low mintage dates like the 1950 D sparking interest, but the 1991 DS $155 million tale feels like a modern numismatic myth, a call to adventure for those dreaming of a life-changing find. So, next time you get a nickel in change, give that 1991 D a second look, check for mint marks, full steps, or anything odd, because history shows that fortunes can hide in plain sight, and who knows, you might just stumble on the coin that rewrites the record books. If you're as obsessed with this numismatic mystery as I am, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin hunting adventures, and let's keep digging for the truth behind the $155 million Jefferson nickel. Next, 2008 P. Jefferson nickel, collectors, and treasure hunters, to an exciting journey into the world of the 2008 P. Jefferson nickel, a seemingly ordinary 5-cent piece that could be worth an astonishing $170 million due to rare errors, minting mistakes, and unique characteristics that set it apart from its face value. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of this modern coin, minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and exploring why certain specimens have skyrocketed in value, captivating numismatists and investors alike. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, is a staple of American coinage, featuring the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse, and his iconic Virginia estate, Monticello, on the reverse. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin has a rich history, with over 63 billion produced since its inception, yet it's the anomalies, those rare errors and minting quirks, that make specific examples from 2008 extraordinarily valuable. Let's start with the basics. The 2008 P. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identifiable by the P. Mint mark on the obverse, a feature that became standard for Philadelphia coins after 1980, except for the wartime nickels of 1942 to 1945, which used a larger mint mark to denote their 35% silver composition. In 2008, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 279.6 million Jefferson nickels for circulation, a significant but not unusually low mintage compared to other years, making it a common coin in everyday transactions. However, within this vast production lie hidden gems, coins with errors so rare and desirable that they command prices far beyond their nominal 5-cent value, potentially reaching into the millions. To understand why a 2008 P. Jefferson nickel could be worth $170 million, we need to explore the types of errors and varieties that elevate a coin's value, as well as the historical and market factors that contribute to such an extraordinary valuation. First, let's consider the most sought-after minting errors: double dies, repunched mint marks, overdates, off-center strikes, and missing mint marks, all of which can occur during the complex process of coin production. A double die error happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during its creation, causing elements like letters, numbers, or design features to appear doubled. For the 2008 P. Jefferson nickel, a significant double die obverse, DDO, or double die reverse, DDR, could drastically increase its value. Imagine a coin where Jefferson's profile or the steps of Monticello show a clear doubling effect. Such a coin, if graded in high condition like MS67 or above with full steps, FS, where the 6 steps of Monticello are fully defined, could fetch tens of thousands or more at auction. While no specific 2008 P double die has been documented as reaching $170 million, a particularly dramatic and unique doubling, especially in pristine condition, could theoretically push the value into the stratosphere, as seen with other rare error coins like the 1969 S. Lincoln cent DDO, which has sold for over $100,000. Another error to consider is the repunched mint mark RPM, where the mint mark is struck multiple times, creating a visible overlap. In the case of the 2008 P, an RPM where the P mint mark shows a clear secondary impression could be highly collectible. Historically, RPMs like the 1942 D over horizontal D Jefferson nickel have fetched up to $32,200 in MS66 full steps condition, suggesting that a similar error on a 2008 P, if exceptionally rare and well preserved, could command significant premiums. The scarcity of such errors is key. Fewer than 100 examples of some RPM varieties exist in high grades, and if only a handful of 2008 P nickels exhibited this error, their value could soar. Overdate errors, though less likely in 2008 due to modern minting technology, are another possibility. An overdate occurs when a die from a previous year is repurposed, resulting in a date like 2008-7, where the previous year's digit is faintly visible. The 1943/2 P. Jefferson nickel, with its fishhook overdate, has sold for $16,675 in MS66, and a hypothetical 2008/7 P overdate, if discovered, could be a numismatic sensation, potentially valued in the millions due to its uniqueness. Off-center strikes, where the coin is misaligned during striking, leaving part of the design missing or shifted, are also highly prized. A 2008 P nickel struck 50% off-center, with a significant portion of the design absent yet still retaining clear date and mint mark details, could attract collectors willing to pay thousands, as seen with other off-center error coins. Missing mint marks are another intriguing possibility. While the 2008 P should bear a P, a coin mistakenly struck without it could be a significant error, similar to the 1970 S proof Jefferson nickel, which sold for $30,000 in PR 69 condition. Such an error on a 2008 P, especially in uncirculated condition, could drive its value into the 6 or 7 figures, depending on rarity and market demand. Beyond these specific errors, the condition of the coin plays a critical role in its value. Jefferson nickels with full steps, where the 6 steps leading to Monticello are sharply defined, are rare, especially in high grades like MS67 or MS68. The Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, estimates that only a small fraction of nickels achieve this designation, and for 2008 P nickels, a full steps MS68 could command premiums far above typical uncirculated coins, which are valued at 30 cents to 60 cents in MS Plus condition. The rarity of high-grade full steps coins, combined with an error, could exponentially increase value. For instance, a 1964 SMS Jefferson nickel with full steps sold for over $32,900, and a 2008 P with a similar pedigree and a dramatic error could theoretically approach or exceed such figures. The $170 million valuation, however, suggests an extraordinary combination of factors: an unprecedented error, extreme rarity, perhaps a unique specimen, and pristine condition, coupled with intense collector demand driven by a high-profile auction or market frenzy. To put this in perspective, the most valuable coin ever sold, the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle, fetched $18.9 million in 2021, so a $170 million nickel would require an unparalleled story, perhaps a one-of-a-kind error discovered in a high-profile collection or a coin with historical significance, such as being a test piece or prototype from the Philadelphia Mint. The 2008 P nickel's composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel, means it lacks intrinsic metal value beyond its melt value of approximately $0.0580, so its worth hinges entirely on numismatic appeal. Modern minting technology has reduced the frequency of errors compared to earlier decades, making significant mistakes in 2008 rarer and thus more valuable when discovered. Another factor to consider is the Black Beauty error, where improper alloy mixing results in a dark, distinctive discoloration. Such coins from the 1950s have been highly sought after, and a 2008 P Black Beauty, if documented, could attract significant interest, potentially valued in the thousands or more if graded highly. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing due to an error in the blanking process, are another collectible anomaly. A 2008 P nickel with a dramatic clip, especially in uncirculated condition, could fetch hundreds or thousands, as seen with other clipped planchet errors. Double strike errors, where a coin is struck twice with different alignments, are also valuable, with some examples selling for $17,500 due to their visual appeal. A 2008 P with a double strike showing distinct design elements from 2 strikes could be a standout, potentially valued in the tens of thousands. The historical context of 2008 adds intrigue. It was a year of economic turmoil during the global financial crisis, which may have influenced minting practices or quality control, potentially leading to errors slipping through. While no specific 2008 P error has been documented as reaching $170 million, the possibility exists that an undiscovered or recently found error, perhaps a unique mule, a coin struck with mismatched obverse and reverse dies, or a transitional error, struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, could justify such a valuation. For example, a 2008 P nickel struck on a dime planchet or a foreign coin planchet would be a numismatic marvel, potentially fetching millions if authenticated. The market for error coins is driven by rarity, condition, and collector enthusiasm, often amplified by high-profile auctions. Heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and other major houses have sold error nickels for significant sums, and a 2008 P with a groundbreaking error could spark a bidding war, especially if marketed as a once-in-a-lifetime find. The 1964 SMS Jefferson nickel's discovery in 1993, which revealed a rare matte proof with fewer than 40 examples, shows how new finds can reshape the market. If a 2008 P nickel were discovered with a similar pedigree, say, a prototype strike or a unique error from a special mint set, it could command astronomical prices. Collectors also value coins with provenance, such as those from notable collections or with historical significance, which could further elevate a 2008 PS value. The allure of error coins lies in their stories. Each mistake tells a tale of human or mechanical error at the mint, making them tangible pieces of history. For the 2008 P, collectors should examine coins for subtle signs of errors using a magnifying glass, checking for doubled letters, misaligned mint marks, or unusual coloration. Verifying authenticity through grading services like PCGS or NGC is crucial, as counterfeits and altered coins are a risk. The $170 million figure may seem fantastical, but it reflects the potential of a truly unique specimen, perhaps. Next, 1989 P. Jefferson nickel USA coins today. Coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters, to an exciting deep dive into one of the most intriguing stories in modern numismatics, where a humble 5-cent piece, the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel, could be worth a staggering $270 million due to rare errors, mint mark mistakes, and unique characteristics that transform pocket change into a collector's holy grail. So grab your magnifying glass and let's explore the fascinating world of this coin's value, history, and the elusive flaws that make it a potential fortune waiting to be discovered in your change jar. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, is a staple of American coinage, designed by Felix Schlag to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, featuring his portrait on the obverse and his iconic Monticello estate on the reverse. And while billions of these nickels have been minted over the decades, the 1989 P, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors due to its potential for rare and valuable errors that could elevate its worth far beyond its 5-cent face value. In 1989, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 1.2 billion Jefferson nickels, a massive mintage that makes most of these coins common and worth only their nominal value in circulated condition. But within this vast sea of nickels, a tiny fraction possess minting errors, die varieties, or unique characteristics that can command prices in the millions, with some speculative estimates suggesting a single coin could be valued at $270 million if it exhibits an extraordinarily rare combination of errors or is in pristine condition with specific attributes prized by collectors. To understand why a 1989 P. Jefferson nickel could reach such an astronomical value, we need to delve into the world of numismatic errors, which are mistakes made during the minting process that create coins with unique imperfections, and for the 1989 P, these errors include doubled dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other anomalies that make each flawed coin a one-of-a-kind treasure. A double die error, for instance, occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during its creation, resulting in a doubled image on the coin's surface, and while no major double die varieties are widely documented for the 1989 P, a hypothetical extreme doubling on key elements like Jefferson's portrait, the word liberty, or the date could make a coin exceptionally rare, potentially fetching tens of thousands or more at auction due to its visibility and appeal to error collectors. Another error type is the repunched mint mark, a remnant of the era before 1990 when mint marks were hand-punched onto dies, sometimes leading to a mint mark being struck multiple times in slightly different positions, creating a P over P effect on the 1989 P nickel, and while such errors are scarce for this year, a dramatic repunched mint mark could significantly increase the coin's value, with high-grade examples potentially selling for thousands. Off-center strikes, where the coin blank is misaligned during striking, result in part of the design being missing or shifted, and a 1989 P nickel with a 50% or greater off-center strike, especially if it retains key design elements like the date or mint mark, could be valued at $300 to $1,000 or more, depending on the extent of the error and the coin's condition. Clipped planchet errors, where the coin blank is improperly cut from the metal sheet, leaving a curved or missing edge, are another sought-after anomaly, with 1989 P nickels exhibiting this error potentially worth $100 to $500, depending on the size of the clip and the coin's overall state. Additionally, coins struck on incorrect planchets, such as a nickel struck on a dime or cent blank, are exceedingly rare and could command prices in the tens of thousands, as these errors are both dramatic and highly collectible. The condition of the coin plays a critical role in its value, with collectors prioritizing uncirculated or mint state coins graded MS65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC, and for the 1989 P, coins with the full steps designation, where the steps on Monticello's reverse are fully struck and distinct, are particularly prized. As this feature is rare due to die wear and striking inconsistencies, potentially increasing a coin's value by 10 to 20 times compared to a standard. Example. For instance, a 1989 P. Jefferson nickel in MS-65 condition is typically worth $3 to $5, but one with full steps could fetch $50 to $100 or more, and in higher grades like MS-67 or MS-68, especially with full steps, prices could climb into the hundreds or thousands, with speculative estimates for an ultra-rare MS-70 full steps coin reaching into the millions due to its extreme scarcity. The historical context of 1989 adds intrigue, as the Philadelphia Mint was producing coins at a high volume to meet circulation demands, which sometimes led to quality control issues and the release of error coins into circulation, and while no single documented 1989 P error has yet reached $270 million, the theoretical possibility exists for a coin with a combination of multiple dramatic errors, say, a double die obverse, a repunched mint mark, and an off-center strike in pristine MS-68 full steps condition, commanding such a price at a high-profile auction, especially if it captures the imagination of wealthy collectors. The Jefferson nickel's composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel, remains consistent for 1989 P coins, unlike the silver alloy war nickels of 1942 to 1945, but a hypothetical error where a 1989 P nickel was struck on a silver planchet could push its value into the stratosphere, as such an error would be unprecedented for this era. Collectors also value coins with unique die varieties, and while no major varieties are catalogued for 1989 P, minor varieties like die cracks, die chips, or repunched dates could add modest premiums, with values ranging from $10 to $50 in high grades. The numismatic market is driven by rarity, condition, and demand, and for a 1989 P nickel to approach $270 million, it would need to be a singular specimen, perhaps one of only a handful known to exist with a specific error combination, authenticated by top grading services, and featured in a major auction where bidding wars among elite collectors drive the price to record levels. Historical auction data for Jefferson nickels provides context, with rare examples like the 1964 SMS Jefferson nickel fetching up to $32,900 due to its special strike and rarity, or the 1942 DD over horizontal D selling for $32,200 in 2006, suggesting that a 1989 P with a comparably rare error could command similar or greater sums in today's market, especially with inflation and growing collector interest. The allure of such a coin lies not only in its monetary value but also in its story, as finding a $270 million nickel in pocket change is the ultimate dream for collectors, a modern-day treasure hunt that keeps enthusiasts scouring their coins for that one-in-a-billion find. To identify a valuable 1989 P nickel, collectors should examine the coin under magnification, looking for doubling in the inscriptions or portrait, checking the mint mark for repunching or misalignment, and inspecting the edges for clips or off-center strikes, while also ensuring the coin is in pristine condition with no wear, as even minor scratches can drastically reduce value. The numismatic community thrives on the thrill of discovery, and stories of rare coins like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, which sold for millions, fuel the speculation that a 1989 P could achieve similar status if it possesses a unique combination of errors and impeccable provenance. For collectors, the hunt for such a coin involves checking pocket change, coin rolls from banks, or estate sales, as many valuable nickels remain in circulation, unnoticed by the untrained eye. The $270 million figure may seem speculative, but it reflects the potential for a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector frenzy, where a single 1989 P. Jefferson nickel with extraordinary errors could rewrite numismatic history, so keep searching, stay curious, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find that life-changing nickel in your change. Next 2012 D. Jefferson Nickel USA Coins Today's coin enthusiasts, to an exciting journey into the world of numismatics, where a seemingly ordinary 2012 D. Jefferson nickel could be worth a staggering $84 million due to rare errors, minting mistakes, and unique characteristics that transform pocket change into a collector's dream. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 2012 D. Jefferson nickel, a coin that, at first glance, appears to be just another 5-cent piece but holds the potential for extraordinary value because of its minting anomalies, historical significance, and the allure it commands among collectors. Let's unravel the secrets behind why this modern coin, minted at the Denver Mint, could fetch such an astronomical price and explore the intricate details that make it a hidden treasure in the world of coin collecting. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, replaced the Buffalo nickel, which had been notoriously difficult to strike due to its complex design, and was designed by Felix Schlag to honor the third U.S. President, Thomas Jefferson, featuring his portrait on the obverse and his Virginia estate, Monticello, on the reverse. By 2012, the Jefferson nickel had evolved through various design changes, including the Westward Journey series from 2004 to 2005 and the forward-facing Jefferson portrait introduced in 2006 by Jamie Franke, but the 2012 D nickel retained the classic copper-nickel composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams with a diameter of 21.21 mm and a plain edge. What makes the 2012 D nickel stand out, however, is not its standard design but the rare and valuable errors that can occur during the minting process, elevating its worth from a mere 5 cents to millions. To understand this phenomenon, we need to explore the types of errors that can occur in coin production, such as double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and improper alloy mixtures, each of which can significantly increase a coin's value depending on its rarity, visibility, and collector demand. The Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark on the obverse to the right of Jefferson's portrait, produced millions of nickels in 2012, with a mintage of approximately 558 million coins, making it a common coin in circulation, yet specific errors can turn an individual piece into a numismatic rarity. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die, where the design elements, such as the inscriptions, Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date, appear doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process, creating a visually striking effect that collectors prize, especially if the doubling is prominent and visible to the naked eye. For instance, a 2012 D nickel with a strong double die obverse, where Jefferson's profile or the date shows clear doubling, could command thousands of dollars, and if graded in high mint state, such as MS-67 or MS-68 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, its value could escalate dramatically. Another valuable error is the repunched mint mark, a remnant of the hand-punched mint mark era that ended in the 1990s but can still occur in modern minting due to die preparation mistakes, where the D mint mark might be struck multiple times, creating overlapping or misaligned marks, such as a D/D variety, which, while less common in modern coins, can fetch premiums of hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on the clarity and condition. Off-center strikes, where the coin is not properly aligned with the dies during minting, result in a design that is shifted off the planchet, leaving part of the coin blank. A 2012 D nickel with a 50% off-center strike, where half the design is missing yet key elements like the date and mint mark remain visible, could be valued at $300 to $1,000 or more, with extreme examples in pristine condition potentially reaching higher sums. Clipped planchet errors, where the coin blank is incompletely cut from the metal sheet, result in a curved or missing edge, creating an eye-catching anomaly that can be worth $100 to $500 depending on the size of the clip and the coin's grade. More dramatic errors, such as a 2012 D nickel struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, like a dime or penny, are exceedingly rare and could command prices in the tens of thousands, as these mistakes create a coin with an unusual size, weight, or composition, making it a standout in any collection. Improper alloy mixtures, sometimes referred to as black beauty nickels due to their dark appearance from incorrect metal blending, are another rare error that can occur in modern minting, and while more common in the 1950s, a 2012 D nickel with this anomaly could still fetch a significant premium, potentially hundreds of dollars, due to its unique appearance and rarity. The value of these error coins is further amplified by their condition, with uncirculated coins graded MS-65 or higher commanding the highest prices, especially those with the full steps designation, where the steps leading up to Monticello on the reverse are fully struck and distinct, a feature that is rare due to the precision required in minting. For example, a 2012 D nickel with full steps in MS68 condition could be worth thousands, as the PCGS estimates that only a small fraction of modern nickels achieve this level of detail. The historical context of the 2012 D nickel also adds to its allure, as it was minted during a period of economic recovery following the 2008 financial crisis, when the U.S. Mint was producing large quantities of coins to meet circulation demands, yet errors slipped through due to the high volume and automated processes. Collectors are particularly drawn to modern error coins because they are unexpected in an era of advanced minting technology, making a 2012 D nickel with a significant error a rare find in a sea of common coins. The $84 million figure, while speculative, could theoretically be attached to an extraordinarily rare error, such as a unique double die or wrong planchet strike, especially if it is one of a kind and graded in perfect condition, as seen with other legendary coins like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, which sold for millions due to its rarity. Auction records for Jefferson nickels, such as the 1964 SMS Jefferson nickel that fetched $32,900 due to its sharp strike and rarity, provide a precedent for high values, and a 2012 D nickel with a comparable or more dramatic error could theoretically approach such a figure if it captures the imagination of wealthy collectors. The demand for error coins is driven by their scarcity and the stories they tell, as each mistake represents a moment when the mint's quality control failed, creating a tangible piece of history. Collectors also value the visual appeal of errors, as a double die or off-center strike is immediately noticeable, making it a conversation piece in any collection. To identify a valuable 2012 D nickel, collectors should examine the coin under magnification, looking for doubling in the inscriptions or Jefferson's profile, checking the mint mark for repunching, and inspecting the edges for clipping or off-center strikes. Grading services like PCGS and NGC are crucial for authenticating and assessing the condition of these coins, as a high grade can exponentially increase value, with MS67 coins often selling for hundreds or thousands more than MS65 examples. The market for Jefferson nickels is robust, with collectors seeking both key dates and error varieties, and online platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions frequently list error nickels, providing a sense of current market trends. For instance, a 1943 P. Jefferson nickel with a 3/2 over-date error sold for $16,675 at auction, illustrating how errors can drive value, and a 2012 D nickel with a similarly dramatic error could follow suit. The allure of finding such a coin in circulation adds to the excitement, as many valuable nickels are still discovered in pocket change, making every 2012 D nickel a potential jackpot. However, collectors must beware of counterfeits, as unscrupulous individuals may attempt to alter coins to mimic errors, so professional authentication is essential. The Jefferson nickel series, while often overlooked due to its longevity and high mintages, offers a treasure trove of possibilities for those willing to hunt for errors, and the 2012 D nickel, with its modern minting context and potential for rare mistakes, exemplifies this potential. The $84 million valuation may stem from a hypothetical perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector frenzy, but even less extreme examples can be worth thousands, making the search for these coins a thrilling pursuit. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, checking your change for a 2012 D. Jefferson nickel with a double die, repunched mint mark, or off-center strike could lead to a life-changing discovery, turning a humble 5-cent coin into a numismatic masterpiece worth far more than its face value. So, grab your magnifying glass, inspect those nickels, and join the hunt for the next great find in the world of coin collecting, where a single error could rewrite your financial future.